Good news, Africa will evolve. Let Nigeria be the way. Let Nigeria be the pace setter. Let Nigeria be the pipe rider. Let Nigeria be the way maker. Africa and the world is waiting for Nigeria. Our economy is in shambles. Naira has fallen beyond imagination. Our policies is still amateur. Recycling of power and corruption is the order of the day. Snake swallowed money, monkey swallowed money, etc. Our agriculture is still a joke. The header to farmers clash, inflation and lack of funds to input has almost crumbled agriculture in Nigeria. Our education is fast going extinct. Consistent strike and lack of government attention to education. Our infrastructure is quite outdated. Our health sector is nothing to write home about compared to the 21st century world. Our security, Nigeria is ranked one of the world's most unsafe countries. Example, in the northern state, Boko Haram, herders and farmers clash, bandits and kidnappers, etc. In the southern state, militancy, kidnappers, agitators and terrorists. Now, good news, agriculture is the way out. However, not the only way out, but it champions any other way out in Nigerian crashing economy. Nigeria has one of the world's most greener parks suitable for agriculture. It has an arable land area of 34 million hectares, 6.5 million hectares for permanent crop, and 28.6 million hectares on mildews and pastures. Nigeria has the world's largest youth population in the world. Nigerian youthful population should be an asset and not a burden to the local and international economy. Before independence, the legendary leaders that fought for independence across all African states were youths. Now tapping into the potentials of the youthful population of Nigeria, it means the future truly belongs to Nigeria. Nigeria is the giant of Africa, and Nigeria is the hope of the world. Let Nigerian youth triumph through the enormous opportunities available in agriculture. Enough of all the excuses you got to your mind to deal with what is at stake. Agriculture is our wisest policy because it will in the end contribute most to real health, good morals and happiness. Nigeria is in a messy situation that needs a rapid transformation through agriculture because agriculture is the fastest and the quickest way to make money. Therefore, building or improving the local economy and improving the quality of life in Nigeria. Nigeria youth that can make this happen through agriculture because Nigeria is not only the hope of Africa but also the messiah of the world. Africa and the world have waited for Nigeria this long for the emancipation of Nigeria and Africa. Nigerian youth can make this happen through agriculture. So far to educate you a moment in agriculture. 1. Agriculture is the #1 culture and occupation given to man by Mother Nature. 2. Every human adventure on earth revolves around agriculture. Example, man must eat before you are healthy to think and innovate whatsoever. In that case, human life depends on agriculture. Nigerian youths amount to 151 million. Over 100 million youths can kickstart the green revolution that will impact local and international economy. Agriculture is such a rewarding community that Nigerian youth needs to explore her youthful populations and be positioned for growth. Agriculture is the most helpful and useful and most noble employment of man. Agriculture is the only true wealth distribution because at the very heart of agriculture is a drive to feed the world, and Nigeria can do it if only we open our hearts and wallets and face the challenge head on. To forget or abandon agriculture for fuel was our greatest mistake because agriculture is an evergreen progressive business. According to Dr. Akin Umi Adesina, the next generation of billionaires in Africa will be farmers. It is high time we realize this fact and let Nigeria and over 500 million African youth lead the struggle for green revolution that will emancipate Africa and the world at large. Any country that has the largest numbers of youth in the 21st century is the future of the world. Fortunately, Nigeria is the future of the world in all ramifications. China has 7% of arable land and still they feed 20% of the world population. When we talk of China and their agricultural inputs in the world, we talk about rice, soybeans, soya, corn, etc. When we talk of USA, we talk about their agricultural technology advancement in hybrid seed, production of maize, soybeans, timber, etc. When we talk about Brazil inputs in agriculture, we talk about their inputs in sugarcane productions to the world. Soybeans, world largest exporter of coffee, beef, ethanol. There is no country in history that got developed without passing through the hurdles of agriculture. We are where we are because of the mistakes of yesterday. How long shall we continue to ask questions how we got here? If the old politicians who have failed every sphere of government cannot change Nigeria, let the youth open their hearts and wallets into massive agric revolution. The youth did it during the EndSARS. We need to do it again in agric revolution that will emancipate the world. Agriculture is the major must. Agriculture is a major must for national security and economic stability. According to Brenda Scott, and I quote, my grandfather used to say that once in a while you need a doctor, a lawyer, a politician, and a preacher, etc. But every day, 3 times a day, you need a farmer. Agriculture is the greatest and fundamentally the most important of our industries. The cities are for the branches of trees of national life, the roots of which go deeply into the land, or flourish or decline with the farmers. The best and fastest way to fight poverty is agriculture. Therefore, the emergence of agricultural revolution in Nigeria is timely. Imagine ordinary cassava stick becomes food within few months. Imagine making over 500k from 1 hectare of maize times 10 hectares. It's over 5 million within 2 to 3 months. Imagine making millions of naira from cultivating ordinary cassava sticks within few months. Imagine China making over $1.56 trillion annually from the agricultural policy. Imagine agriculture, food, and related industries contributed $1.055 trillion to the US gross domestic product (GDP). Imagine in Nigeria, the total area of land for irrigation is less than 500,000 hectares annually. In Africa, it's barely 30 million hectares. This figure is about 6% of the total cultivated area during the rainy season. Imagine no African country is in the list of the top 10 agricultural producing countries. Imagine if Africa can abandon our archaic agricultural practice by embracing modern agricultural machineries for farming. Do you know that many of the world's poorest nations are in Africa? Do you know that Nigeria is the second richest country in Africa after Egypt, the ancient country? Do you know that the richest country in the world is USA with a GDP of $25.35 trillion, whereas African continent with a population of 1.307 billion 2019 GDP is $2.182 trillion. Do you know African GDP is forecasted to attain $29 trillion by 2050 as against US current GDP of $25.35 trillion. Oh, this is ridiculous. Nigeria and Africa can be the leading agricultural producing continent if we believe. Now, I have a dream that one day Nigeria will feed the world. I have a dream that one day Africa will feed the world. If we cannot do great things, let's have small things in a great way. Agriculture is the bedrock of all human civilization. Let our strength grow out of our struggle. We must apply the extra mile principles and definiteness of purpose in our agricultural policy in Nigeria and Africa.